My name is Ian Walsh, as most of you know, and I'm actually joined with a special guest today, Jeremy Bowers. Jeremy, thanks for coming on and doing this with me.
Thanks, man.
So I've actually been tracking very closely Jeremy and what he's been doing with TCS Investments. As everybody knows, probably from our prior video, that he joined TCS Investments, took a new branch in his life and wanted to pursue an avenue of the investing world, was really what you were after. And so I thought it'd be good for everybody at home to say, hey, what's been going on? How has TCS Investments been coming along? And I know you guys have been focusing very heavily on the turnkey model.
Yep.
So out of pure curiosity, or maybe anybody watching this, can you go into a little depth on, I always hear about the turnkey model for people that are buying and holding, and I don't know the advantages or disadvantages and maybe things that you can help me with. But if I'm somebody that comes into the city and I say, hey, I want to buy a property and I want to go out, I want to source it myself, I want to do the renovations and I want to manage it myself, is that not a good idea? Is there a better way to do it? And give me some background on how maybe the turnkey model works, starting with perhaps renovations. What's the difference between me going out and sourcing and then doing my own project versus coming to a turnkey company such as TCS Investments?
So exactly, and so some people want to do it on their own, other people don't. And the question I have for yourself is, do you want balance in your life? Do you want to have to handle those phone calls when a tenant's not happy and not making the payments? What we figured out is three things. We figured out, number one, we're going to provide a consistent, number two, a quality, and number three, a predictable product. And what we've been doing over here at TCS Investments is determining that. So we're going to do the same reno. We're going to have certain upgrades, certain cosmetic upgrades, and then paint, colors, and finishing. We're streamlining the process for people so you aren't getting those unwanted phone calls, short tenancies, people staying there for a short period of time, evictions, all the nightmares that a lot of people will have to deal with if they're dealing with on their own. So the question I have for them, Ian, is how much they want to be involved and what type of returns they want. And how do they want it to impact their life? And what we figured out over here at TCS Investments is how to stay consistent, quality, and predictable, and finding those people that want that type of product.
Interesting. So you're saying that when I find a company such as yourself, the benefits to somebody like me just doing it by myself is you guys have a streamlined process that, I'm effectively this. I don't want to be a landlord, right? Let's say I have a day job and I want to buy a property. I don't want to be involved in the management. I don't want to get the leaky phone calls. I want to make sure that the renovations are done correctly. You're telling me you guys have basically streamlined that process. So I give you my money or whatever it may be, you do the investment, and we're off. We're off and running, and I can feel comfortable sleeping at night.
So the first part of it, you're exactly right. The first part is, Ian, we got to make sure we can hit your goals. That's
okay.
Number one. And number two, once we determine we can hit your goals, we want to take everything off your plate, and you will invest with us. From that point on, we'll do the rehab. We'll actually put the tenant in place, we'll manage it, and we'll get you that return that we're looking for up front. So we take all that off the plate. Most importantly, when we do all that work, there's a lot of other people out there doing turnkey across the country. The ones that I've noticed have done very well. We spent thousands of hours, pretty much at this point, working on this and getting the right product in place is this. Quality, consistent, predictable products are the three things that we continue to look at. And what we're doing is putting those right products out and putting those right people in place. So in your life and most people's life is they don't want those phone calls, right? Mm-hmm. They don't want to deal with it. But they also want the cheapest product and they want to do it themselves. Well, that might be the reason why they're getting a phone call. So in our case, what we've done, Ian, is we've eliminated those issues, put the right product in place, the right process in place, and the next thing we have to just determine is if Ian or Bob or Susie are the right person for us. And if they are, we'd love to help them find a property. We can get into details of how we're doing that differently too.
That's perfect. I appreciate that. Now, Jeremy, I guess what we'll do is at the end of this video, we'll do a scheduler, or we'll look at how to contact you, because let's say I am somebody out of state, in state, and I decide that I want to go ahead and reach out to you. I need to know how to get in touch with you to say, hey, I want to deploy some capital. I have some money that I want to get, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, whatever, and I want to get that working. So how would I contact you guys? Is there a process to it?
Yes, there is. So my email is jeremy@tcsmgt.com is my email address. My phone number is 215-370-9107. But what we'll do is we have a scheduling process, and you would schedule an appointment with our team to actually physically talk to them about your needs and what you're looking for. And in that appointment, Ian, what it's going to be basically looking at is Someone might like Pepsi or cola. So if someone came up to you and say, listen, do you drink Coke or do you drink Pepsi? What would your question be? What would your answer be?
I don't know. I'd say they're the same.
Okay, right? They look very same. They're same cola. They look the same. The colors are same, but they're not. The same thing in real estate renovations and providing the right products is they look very similar, but the question is, are they? And majority of the time, they're not. And what we want to do is we want to provide a superior product, once again, coming back to consistency, quality, and predictable, where you aren't getting those phone calls. I don't want them. You don't want them. So in that interview process, we're going to determine what you're looking for, what type of cola are you looking for in your house renovation, and most importantly, in long-term real estate investments. This is a long-term play for people. It's very, very important to understand that. It's a long-term play. And there's different ways how you can do your real estate investments. And we're in this for the long haul. This is not an overnight success story. This is a long-term play for people.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm excited to see what's next, and we'll do a couple more videos and see what's going on.
Thanks man.
Jeremy.
Appreciate it.